I'm Ode. That's Vicky. I'm me. You're you. We are we.
Oh my god, that was so corny.
The You, Me, We
goodness.
podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the You, Me, We podcast. I'm Ode.
I'm Vicky.
And this is episode...
Oh my goodness.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
This is episode 59 of the You, Me, We
This is
podcast.
59?
Ain't it? Yeah. The last one was 58. Look at you.
Let me go check.
Don't doubt me. You about to embarrass yourself on air
Wow.
because we have learned not to doubt. Am I right?
Episode 59.
Episode 59 of the You, Me, We podcast.
Wow.
So how was your day? Well, I just got back from a gig.
Yeah.
So that's how my day was.
My day was pretty rough.
Because you have to spend it with the little one.
Yes, but not really because of that. It's because I was a little bit hungover.
What did you do?
I wasn't really like hungover. I had a really bad stomach ache, and that's what made it worse. I just had a really bad stomach ache because I didn't get drunk.
Mhm.
I got tipsy.
So you were out drinking while I was being the responsible adult, home
Yes.
with our child,
Yes.
being responsible. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Irresponsible would have been me at the club with my baby.
This is just me using this recording to build my case for what was it? Soul custody.
So custody.
But Your Honor, episode 59
Will
of the
prove.
You, Me, We podcast. Minute mark, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that.
So yeah, I was out, had a good time,
Good
heard
for you.
some songs that I haven't heard since like my childhood.
Good for you.
That was weird. Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Fulanito. You know who Fulanito is. Like, I haven't heard that song since it like came out when I was a kid. So to hear it in the discotheque,
In the club.
in the
In
club,
the discotheque.
because in Spanish it's discoteca, so like we actually say that word. It was like, oh shit, I haven't heard it. And it took me back to like when I used to hear it all the time. So it was weird, but it was fun. Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed while I was home being responsible and holding down the house and the family while our son's, what was it, crying on it? What was it? What would you do if your son was at home? What was that song?
Oh, what would you do if your son is at home?
Crying all alone
No,
on the bathroom floor because he's
On the
hungry.
bedroom floor.
And the only way to feed him is...
Yeah, obviously.
Hey, I got to do what I got to do to feed my son.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, I could have taken that.
so
joke
today, we hinted at it a while back, I think. No, on the Instagram. That we wanted to play a game.
Yes. So let me introduce the game.
Okay.
Is there any other things we should talk about
I don't know.
before we jump into this game?
No.
Oh, Dave gave me a great surprise for my birthday.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Go me.
Thank you, Ode.
Say it again.
And let me tell you guys, right? Ode doesn't know this, but my impression of Ode with gifts, at least for me, is that you don't really know. And so it became like, at first it was very frustrating. So I'm like, Ode doesn't understand me. He just doesn't know what I like. And then it, like, as you grow up, you're like, it's not the gift, it's the intention. And so I was always very
Ungrateful.
appreciative when you would
You weren't. No, you weren't.
do these things. No. After I started to appreciate the intention more than what it was.
Whatever.
And this year, I have to say, you absolutely wowed me. I was very impressed. When I tell you I was not expecting it, I really, truly mean I was not
Tell them
expecting
what we
it.
did for those who don't follow us on Instagram.
So Ode took me to see the Moulin Rouge.
The Moulin Rouge. You know how you say it?
Yeah,
the
the
Moulin Rouge.
No, I'm pretty sure French people are like, shut your
The
ass up.
Moulin Rouge.
He took me to see the Moulin Rouge on Broadway. And I absolutely love that movie. Rom-coms are me. I I love cheesy, corny movies.
Especially one of the worst movies to ever be made.
Which I think is like the best movie made ever.
16 going on what?
13 going on 30.
Anyways.
30, flirty, and thriving.
I'm guessing that's from the movie, but whatever.
And Moulin Rouge is really like I would say like my top 3 movies, right? Top 4, Legally Blonde. 13 going on 30. The Moulin Rouge. And The Devil Wears Prada. I can watch those on rotation.
Yo, that lineup is so trash. No, I'm not even trying to be.
They're my favorite movies.
Vicky, I'm not even trying to be funny.
I love those movies.
That lineup is the equivalent to like the New York Knicks starting 5. That's how trash that lineup of top movies is. My gosh.
You know what? I love those movies.
That is the worst.
I can watch them on. No, I literally had the DVD for 13 going on 30.
Okay.
And I had it play in the background all the time. And when it would end, I would just say play again, and it would just play for rotation on rotation for hours. I love those cheesy, corny movies. I love them. So I was so happy to go. That Ode took me to see the Moulin Rouge on Broadway. And it was funny because as we're pulling up, there's a line. And he's like, damn, is that the line to that bar? And I'm like, it doesn't seem like it, but damn. And then we turn the corner and I'm like,
the Moulin Rouge.
Are we coming here to see the Moulin Rouge? And we made it. Like we had just
like literally just made it. Just barely found parking. It was New York, so they gouged us.
Yo, for real. They were like, we need you to drop a blood sample right here.
$125 right now. It wasn't that much, but it might
it
as
was
well
still,
have been, Because they know. They know you're like.
And like, they know because they even asked. They were like, what show are you going to go watch? Yeah. Like they know what time things get out, so they let you know what time you got to get your car by. But it was really good, and thank you. You're really, welcome. Really, really surprised me.
The ball's in your court. Valentine's Day is next, so you got to wow me. What? What's that look for?
So we going to forget that big effort that I made?
When?
That you completely ignored?
When? Wait, when? What are you talking about? Last year?
You know what? On LV2.
It's a new year.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for you to give me a full appreciation like I just did for that one. It was when I gave you the gift of the 5 senses.
Oh, okay. Anyway, come on. Get to the game. Tell me what the game is about.
Oh, Ode salty.
And this is not a plug. This is
not a plug.
Yeah.
We actually, there is another card game, but we won't play that on this podcast.
Okay.
Because it's the truth or drink one. So, obviously.
And I am a child of God.
Yeah. Ode's like, no.
Yeah.
And some of the questions are a little bit like, I feel that if we played it, we obviously would change the drink part to something else. But also, it's just like, even with this one, so that one is called Truth or Drink. This one is called The And. Now I got to do like a YouTuber. Like, this is the and. Wait, how is this?
Hi, y'all. I know you've all been asking.
Yeah. Everyone asking.
No, you got to do the whole, like, isn't it like that? You got to put your hand.
No, it's black already, so I got to shield the light so you guys can see it better.
That's racist, but go ahead. They can see it. They can see it.
Okay.
I could have just added that afterwards.
I know, but I wanted to be a YouTuber.
Okay.
Okay. So, it's called and then I don't know what those things are called, and.
Okay.
And it's a couples edition. It has 199 questions, which I think is weird, to explore the relationship around you. So they have ones for like parents, siblings, friends. They sell like a whole pack. I obviously just got the couples one. And just so that we're completely honest with you. So this is the packaging. If you guys are watching this is the packaging. If you're listening, then just picture a black box. Okay. So there's like 2 different separately wrapped packs of cards, and the instructions are in the back. But we have gone ahead and filtered out the inappropriate questions.
Raunchy. The adult questions.
The very adult questions that perhaps me and Ode can just ask those, not on camera.
We filtered out the you, me, we after dark questions.
Yes. So we have here, but that doesn't mean that the questions here aren't they're just problematic on a different level.
Yeah.
Because I read through some of them and I was like, God, please don't let neither one of us get one of these questions. So let me read you the instructions to the game. It's actually really simple. So I'm going to place a deck of cards here on the table. And it says, sit facing one another with a foot of distance between you. So I feel like this is a good enough space. Rule 2 is choose 12 random cards from the deck. Take 30 seconds to relax and look at one another. But I feel like we're relaxed, so do we have to do 30 seconds of staring at each other? I think we're good. Yeah.
I don't think the people want that.
Yeah, they're like, person 1 begins by asking, person 2 answers their question, and then you just go back and forth.
Okay.
So every question has to be asked, which we did a little bit of a practice run with this. We only did like 4 questions each, which is how we were like, okay, we have to filter these questions because they're all, not all, but the current cards that we were taking, I guess they were all packaged together. So I would, if you get this, I would suggest you mix the cards first. And they were all like super raunchy questions. You cannot opt to not ask a question. You have to ask every question you choose. However, the person answering can choose to not answer. And if you choose to answer, you only earn the right by staring at the other person in the eye for 10 seconds and then saying pass.
Yes, I feel like I just heard mad instructions.
Okay.
But I get it.
So for the people that are like, Ode,
we get it.
If you don't want to answer, you have to stare at the other person, at the person who just asked. Stare at them for 10 seconds and then say pass. And then it is what it is.
Okay.
And you just move on to the next question.
Can we do 5 seconds?
It says 10.
Because for the people listening, it's just a blank like white noise.
Fine, we'll do 5 seconds.
We have to accommodate for
the listeners. I love how Ode's hiding behind y'all right now, but okay. Yeah.
So are we?
So we have to select 12 cards now. I'm gonna start with a small prayer here, and I hope that we don't get into an argument out of these cards. That's all on you.
That's on you.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
So Vicky has 6 cards. I have 6 cards. We're gonna do our best to get through all 12. All right. So who goes first? How does this work?
Ooh.
Flip a coin.
You have a coin?
Nope. Ladies first.
Do you have a coin?
Ladies first.
Equality.
I don't have a coin. I don't have a coin until that World War III draft come up. Anyways, go ahead. You go first. Ladies first.
I feel like you should go first because I bought the game, but whatever.
Go.
Okay. You know what? Wait, I have to, because I already saw this question. No joking. You have to be honest.
Okay.
No joking.
All right.
Okay. Just because I already heard the answer. All right. Which one of my friends don't you trust?
Which one of your friends do I not trust? I don't want to burn any bridges.
If you don't want to, you don't have to
now,
answer the question.
Now, when you say don't trust, what am
I'm reading exactly what the card says. Which one of my friends don't you trust?
The
answer is just the name. No explanation.
No explanation? Does it say no explanation?
It doesn't. It doesn't say to give one.
Because I do have a reason.
Okay.
But it's not don't trust in a bad way. I don't trust them to like hold me down as opposed to hold you down because you're their friend. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense because that's how I feel about one of your friends too.
Because the first thing that came to mind was was Karen.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to say that.
Now listen.
By the way, Karen is one of my bridesmaids.
Now Karen, don't get offended. When I first heard the question, I just thought, well, I don't trust Karen. Well, I don't trust her to not hold you down if I was to ever like ask Karen something about you, like, doing whatever. I feel like Karen would.
What do you mean?
I feel like being your friend, one of your best friends, Karen would lie on
family.
Your,
She's
family, best friend and family. She would lie on your behalf. So I don't trust her to tell me the truth in a sticky situation.
I see what you're saying.
Or something that would be a sticky situation for you. I don't trust her to tell me the truth because she's your friend and she'll automatically hold you down, which is girl code, guy code. That's how it should be. But
and family code, she's family.
Yeah, in those regards, with that in mind, Karen would be my I don't trust that. I don't trust you, Karen. I'm joking. Go ahead.
It's just funny because she's my bridesmaid.
So now what? So now do you have to answer or that's it?
No, then now you ask me a question.
All right. And hold on to those cards so we know which
I'm
ones
putting
we
them
gotta
to
add
the
in
side.
afterwards. All right. If you could change one thing about me to improve our relationship, what would it be and why?
Let me pull out
Turn down your excitement.
Let me pull out this
The Rolodex.
this Google Keep note that I've been maintaining for quite some time about things that you need
Google
to improve
Keep?
on.
Nice. I have a Word document.
Okay, same thing.
Mine's an Excel workbook.
Yeah, but the question didn't ask that. It
Anyways,
asked
go
me.
ahead.
Okay, actually, what I would improve.
Let me see your phone. Let me see, give me your phone. You really
No,
gotta.
I do have a list, but I just can't find it right now.
Oh my gosh!
I
Go
do
ahead.
have a list.
Go, just go. Let's go. We'll talk about that next episode. I do have a go. Just go. Go.
You okay?
Answer the question.
Okay, so what I would improve is your communication.
My communication skills.
Your communication, everything, in its full embodiment, everything that it means. I would improve your communication.
Okay.
Did it say why? And why?
Oh yes, and why?
Oh, okay.
Bonus.
So I would improve your communication because I feel like you have very, very, very bad communication. From the smallest things to the biggest things. And I feel like that is what creates mountains out of small anthills. Out of ant
I feel like you
right?
butchered that up a little bit, but go ahead. Mountains out of a molehill? Is that what it is?
molehill. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A molehill. Yeah.
that's why I feel like your lack of communication just really makes just like things that are not good horrible.
Okay.
So
All right.
and I feel like that would be the beginning of like such a more cohesive
Big
existence between me and you.
words. Using big words. Okay. All right. Let me pick a card.
It's my turn. Why are you so excited?
Go.
Calm down.
Go.
Oh. If I lost my job and decided to be a stay-at-home parent, would you grow to resent me?
Would I grow to resent you?
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's what I can.
Not at all. There's like an and why or just nah.
No.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna leave you because you ain't pulling your weight. I'm joking. But as a woman, you should be in the house. What was it? Barefoot and pregnant.
Yeah, and cooking barefoot and pregnant.
But nah, I wouldn't resent you.
Okay.
I don't think you would.
That's interesting, though, that question came up, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I wouldn't resent you because I don't think you would do anything for us to get to that point where I resent you. I think you would still hold us down in any way possible
Mm-hmm.
in your own way. So yeah, I wouldn't grow to resent you.
Okay. Your turn.
Oh.
Since you're so excited.
All right, I should probably shuffle these. All right. Oh, dun dun dun. What are you hesitant to tell me?
There is something, but I
Tell
won't
me.
say it on the air.
Nope. Gotta say it, right?
No, I don't want to say it on the air. I will tell you, but I don't want to say it on the air.
Is it bad?
No.
Is it good?
No.
It's not good?
It's not like, I know people are going to be like, are you serious? It's not bad where like our relationship is on a brink.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that. It's just, I'm going to hold you down. I'm not going to say that on the air.
Okay.
It's not, and it has nothing to do with our relationship. It has to do with you.
Okay.
But it's nothing that, I just wouldn't say it on the air.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you
Now it's going to eat up all day, the whole episode, until we come off here.
whatever.
You know what it is? I have made comments about it, but I haven't outright like told you.
Okay.
Like I've hinted towards it, but I haven't outright said it. So I guess my hesitation is in just a blunt deliverance as opposed to dropping hints and hoping you put the pieces together, which is like communication suckiness 101.
Okay.
Okay. What's the biggest sacrifice you've made that I haven't acknowledged?
The biggest sacrifice that I've made that I feel you haven't acknowledged.
Oh God, that snicker.
Damn. What do we do if you don't want to answer?
Oh, you gotta stare at me for 5 seconds and say pass.
Damn. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Stare at you for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and then
we
say
agreed on
pass?
5 seconds, even though it's supposed to be 10.
All right. Damn. Something I feel you don't. Wait. Let me hear it again.
The question is, what's the biggest sacrifice you've made that I haven't acknowledged, that I have not acknowledged?
I don't. Man, these are awkward. Like
They
conversations.
are very awkward.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, like, they're awkward questions, but what makes it more awkward is that we are recording it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Oh, we wanted to do transparency.
I guess.
Wow, now you got a list because you're like, I guess I could choose this.
I'm gonna say. I don't want it to come off wrong.
So, like I tell you, just say it first and explain later. Stop trying to explain it before you say it.
Okay. Going back to, we've kind of talked about this. Well, we did talk about this in different ways. Going back to, okay, I don't think you appreciate, right? That was it.
What's the biggest sacrifice you've made that I haven't acknowledged?
I
guess, yeah, appreciate
I don't think you acknowledge the financial sacrifices that I make.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. You want to stop playing now?
No. But I would like you to elaborate on that off camera.
Off camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just because I want a better understanding.
Okay. I know your answer to this. Tell me about the first time we met.
In person?
Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, in person. No. Because
yeah.
I had a smart remark for what I think your answer might be, but then no, you should be able to answer this. I thought you were gonna say I don't recall, but you should be able to answer this.
Are you serious?
Go.
I just don't know, like, which one's official. Like, which is the official first time we met, or just like the first time we existed in the same space?
You know what? The first time we met. Well, no. Actually, yes. First time we met. If you remember, you should remember.
The first time we met in person?
Yeah, in person.
Because you did the mix. But
That's not the first time
I
we met.
know. Oh my goodness.
So tell us the first time we met.
I don't know if that counts as we met.
We did meet. We were introduced.
We were introduced?
Yes, we were.
At the Stroll Show? No.
It wasn't the Stroll Show either. You killing me.
Oh, at the banquet.
Yeah.
I don't but that's okay.
Go
wait.
ahead,
In all
answer
fairness,
the question. Answer.
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember meeting Ode at the banquet.
Softball question, yo.
I don't remember
Softball.
meeting you at the banquet.
Explain what you're talking about.
Okay, so, his fraternity brother took me as his date to his frat's banquet.
Mm.
And
this was like 07, maybe?
This was 2007. I had just crossed him.
Okay.
And I don't recall meeting Ode. I don't recall meeting you. I recall making remarks about you in my head, but I don't recall meeting you. So that's why I'm like, to me, that's not when we first. So I don't remember that.
Remarks? You were like, damn, he's sexy.
No, I was like, yo, this guy is hyper as hell. Shit, he needs to sit down. Yeah, that's not to me. I don't remember that. I don't feel like that's the first time we met. I feel like the first time, for me, the first time we met was actually in your apartment.
Ow.
That's when we met the first time. For me, that's the first time.
Okay. Your turn.
Yeah. Who sacrifices more in our relationship, and how do you feel about that?
Who sacrifices more? Time to go to solo camera. Well, Vicky. Who sacrifices more? Are we talking about overall relationship?
I know. Oh my God. I was thinking that too. I'm like, okay, wait. But like right now or like overall or who sacrificed more, but who's sacrificing more? Is it still the same person? Did it flip?
Well, I'm going to answer it as overall, who has sacrificed the most.
Wait. I don't think the question was in past tense. It says who sacrifices, implying present.
Me.
I agree.
Was there an NY or something like that? Or
No.
I can just leave it at that.
Who sacrifices more in our relationship, and how do you feel about that?
And how do I feel about it?
I feel like your sacrifices are way different than mine, though. Because I feel like I could say me too in different aspects.
Cool, but it's not your question. So,
all right.
Okay.
You're right.
What was it? How was it you phrased that last part?
I didn't phrase it. The card said, "How do you feel about that?"
And how do I feel about that? Unappreciated.
Really?
No.
Oh, that's what's. Oh hell no.
How do I feel about that? That I sacrifice more in certain ways.
You said overall you feel you sacrifice more now.
Yeah. I feel like I sacrifice more because for those. Oh, damn! I don't want to play no more.
I knew you would get to this point.
I've been to this point. This is all day we were playing. I was like, I don't want to play this.
Those were fun questions.
For you. What? How do I feel about it? Wait, how do I feel about the fact that I sacrifice more?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! No one's happy about it. No one would be happy about that.
Okay.
Feeling like they sacrifice more.
But how do you feel about it, knowing that, or feeling that you feel you sacrifice more?
I guess I would say somewhat bothered by it because you don't want to feel like you're sacrificing, even though I guess that's part of relationships, sacrificing some, to meet halfway, whatever. But because of what I'm relating it to, I am kind of bothered by it.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the best way to describe what I mean by I'm sacrificing more now.
It's hard without giving context.
So I feel like I have sacrificed more because
So you feel that because you sacrificed more, that equates to you sacrificing more now?
Yeah. I feel like I'm dealing with more. I feel like we're both dealing with stuff while trying to make us work. While holding on to us and while working towards our future, I feel like I'm holding on to more or I'm working through more because I've had to sacrifice more. Does that make sense now? Just say yes.
Yes.
All right. My turn to pick?
Mm-hmm.
Fam, you just rolled your eyes outside your head. You just saw the back of the studio. That's how hard you rolled your eyes. Do it again.
No, go.
Yeah. Who takes more responsibility in our relationship?
More responsibility what way?
That's all it says. Who takes more responsibility in our relationship? The ball's in your court.
I feel like I do.
Explain.
I feel that I am quicker to admit to a fault. If I'm wrong about something, I'm quicker to say that I am. If there's a way that we need to move so that we are better, I feel that I take it on quicker and I execute faster.
Okay.
So I feel like I take on more responsibility that way.
I agree with that. Your turn. So with the way this game works, if we keep playing this game over and over again, are we keeping these cards aside? So we never have to revisit these cards, and it's always new cards.
Well, there's like a whole bunch
I
of
know,
other
that's what
cards
I'm
over
saying.
there. I feel like these are questions that with time the answers
answer might
change.
change? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Because like that sacrifices one was present mode. Because like an answer is solid for a past, but for present, that's
Gotcha.
I don't know. I can't think of the word.
Go ahead.
What do you think would help improve our relationship? That's good. What do you think would help improve our relationship?
Can I say more therapy? Yeah,
If that's your answer.
I'll say more therapy.
I agree.
Thank you for agreeing with me, because I'm always right. Ode picks card.
It's really hard not to say anything.
Ode reads card. Can I swap a card out?
Nope. You have to ask.
I don't want to give you the satisfaction.
You have to ask every question.
How do I take you for granted?
Wow.
Let me mark this card so I can get this card later. As a reverse question. So I can go in. Go ahead. How do I take you for granted?
You feel that I take you for granted still?
Answer the question. Wow. I thought I got triggered when you said still.
Well, I was being respectful and responsible and not trying to be dismissive when I said still.
Stop throwing subs. Go.
Exactly.
Go.
Okay. So I feel that you take me for granted by your lack of attention and when I say this, just so that the people are listening or watching, certain words I'm saying, Ode knows exactly what I mean by them. So it's not like whatever you think, like only because it's funny that we getting all these questions, right? Because we've had these conversations like on a level that we are both tired discussing about it. So yeah, I feel like you take me for granted on that. Like I feel like if I had to just pick in one way, it would be mainly that, because that falls into everything else. Because with attention comes acknowledgement, and acknowledgement comes a sense of taking responsibility of certain things, or like just coming to terms with certain things faster.
Mm-hmm.
And in that kind of like state of wokeness of yourself, you are, you know, I'm assuming that if it's something that you didn't like, that you would want to change. So I would say attention would be like the blanket response, only because so many things fall under that or are triggered from that.
Okay. Vicky picks card. Go.
God. And you know what's funny? All these questions.
Ask the question. Don't stall. Ask the question. Go. Give me my satisfaction. I demand satisfaction. Go.
Tell me about the last time you considered leaving me. These are all the questions that as I was sorting through them, I was like, I really hope we don't get these.
Oh, man. What time is it?
Oh, dang. We're supposed to be getting married in 6 months. That's comforting. I literally said you can't joke.
I know.
To answer the question.
The last time I considered leaving you was our last big argument. Well, I guess we did leave each other in that big argument that we had.
Okay, anytime between that and now?
Something happened recently. I can't recall what it was. Something happened within the last like 2 months with us that we were like mad at each other and not talking. Something happened. I really honestly can't recall. I honestly can't recall what it was.
I can't recall now.
I just know I was pissed to the point where I was just like, yo, what are we doing? And I think I remember I remember saying that to myself because you texted me something along those lines, but I can't remember what our argument was. But we were arguing about something that we were both kind of saying like, "Yo, what are we doing?" Or you messaged me that, and I was just like, "You're right. Well, what are we doing?" So it was within the last 2 months.
That's very comforting.
You asked.
You're right.
It's me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who has more power in our relationship? Wow, last card. That's a boss question. Who has more power in our relationship?
You.
I was gonna say they have a typo here. Instead of Ode, they put who. I'm joking. Why me?
Because.
Other than physical prowess, is that the word?
Yeah, I'm sure. Physical.
I'm stronger than you.
I'm not saying that you're not.
Why are you trying to come at me like that? I'm freakishly strong, and you know this.
That's not something you want to say on air.
That I'm freakishly strong?
And you know this.
Because I've told you, because you've seen me do feats of strength. Go. I don't know what you're talking about, but go.
I'm just saying it's an audio clip.
What's an audio clip?
Like someone could take that and run with it.
Take that and run with it, people. Go ahead.
You, because I feel that I'm trying to find the most polite way to say this.
Say it as raw and unpolite as you have to say it. Are we going to fight because of the last card? Go.
All right. I feel like you have the most power because you're the one holding on to the most stuff. And so you are the thermometer of this relationship. Like, you decide when it's hot. You decide when it's cold.
Well, I'm the man, so I should make all the decisions.
And that would be great if it wasn't based off of emotional immaturity, in a sense.
Wow. Emotional immaturity.
So I feel like you have the most power, not in the best way.
Petty LaBelle.
It's not petty. It's just like there's a reason why I said it exactly how I said it.
You said what you said.
No, I'm not taking it back.
No, you said what you said. That's
yeah,
it.
I'm obviously not going to provide context as to why I said emotional immaturity, but
give some context.
Okay, so the reason why is but it's funny because I've actually already said this throughout the questions, is because I feel like that you have poor communication, and because of your poor communication, you aren't emotionally mature, as in you are not properly communicating things for a resolution. You avoid them, hoping that things kind of like the uncomfortableness or the feeling that you're feeling or whatever kind of just like goes away, instead of bringing it to the table like an adult. And so that's why I call it emotional immaturity. It's not because you have emotions or I don't agree with them. I just feel that you don't go about communicating them in hopes to resolve it. You go about them as a child would. Like, you just kind of like hide yourself and you're like, I'll work through it myself, but you never really do. It just like with time it passes, and it's like that's not realistic. So
okay,
I feel like you hold the power because of that. And so I could want to do certain things, but if you're not in that state of mind and emotionally you're not there, then guess what? It ain't happening.
You right.
So that's my answer.
So 12 cards down. How do you feel?
I feel like we should revisit this.
The game?
These cards.
Oh my gosh. You can't just leave it where it is. You can't just leave it in the game.
Emotional immaturity. See, this is what
I'm
I'm talking about.
Why I feel like Vicky just wanted to play just so she can have some stuff to talk about afterwards.
Yep. Because with nothing to talk about.
Jeez. That's why part of me was like, I don't want to play these games because Vicky just wants to. She has her ulterior motive.
I do, but my ulterior motive, I've never hidden it. It's like you need to be better at communication, and so if you need something
And that
to
takes
spark
the fun
that,
out of it. Cause
there's no fun in the way that you handle things.
I'm talking about this and that's why I know we're not gonna argue. We're not gonna argue after because now we're gonna argue about playing the game.
No, we're gonna argue your approach to the game.
How about your approach to the game? You're obsessed over it because you had your ulterior motive.
That is not why I obsessed over it. I obsessed over it because we said we were gonna do it, and then you kept putting it off.
I wasn't purposely putting it off.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know that purposely or not, you were still
obsessing.
doing it. You were doing it purposely or
Okay.
not.
All right.
That's my response.
All right.
So if you think I was obsessing, then that's fine. But we said we were gonna do something, and you were putting it off, and I was making sure that it was gonna get done.
If that is your story, and you want to stick to it, then cool.
Okay.
All right. So initially we said we would like to add this game or like one or two cards. What?
I want to hear you finish this.
One or two cards like the end of each or
You still want to do that?
add it to
Oh, okay.
as a segment to each future episode, to all future episodes.
So I guess we would put these to the side.
Yeah. So the same way we would do what grinds your gears. We'll also add in a segment where we play a card or two of the end.
Well, we'd have to play. Oh yeah.
All right. So let's keep those to the side.
One card each.
Yeah. Yes.
At the
there
end
you go.
of
One
every
card
segment.
each. Cool. So there we played. We got our first session in of the game, so you can stop obsessing. I feel like I came through on my end. We said we're gonna play, and we played. So
Yeah, only because I had to pressure you.
Anyways, was that it for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna start a new segment.
Oh, yeah,
Time
yeah.
for me to plug myself.
Where did she plug?
So I'm gonna start a new segment. It's gonna be, I'm just calling it a mini series for now because I don't know if it's something I want to do for forever. But pretty much it's gonna be just me, about 20 minutes or so, right here on the podcast. But it will be called LV2, and it will be just me giving free talk on
Stuff that
whatever I want to talk about that either I can't talk with Ode or
because it's about Ode.
no. Like for example, I already have some stuff written down. Like
Okay.
my whole weight loss thing.
Are you gonna talk about it? Or you gonna talk about what? I think you might. No, you won't address that. Go ahead. You said you're not gonna address that.
What?
Never mind.
Just throw me a hint. We should be so in tune that we know what we're
we
talking
talked about the other day regarding your weight loss.
Oh, yeah. You know, I might address it on there too.
Nice.
So I'm gonna start a new segment. It's called Living La Vida Vicky, LV2, and or LV squared.
You know what that name is better than? That trash top 5 movie list that you gave earlier.
It was a 4.
Top 4, whatever.
And yeah, so just check it out. It will be mainly video, but of course we'll have audio too for people that just want to listen. But just keep in mind that I will be showing some things on video.
So it'll be on our YouTube channel. It'll be on. We're gonna invest more into our those extended videos on Instagram.
Oh, the IGTV
IGTV,
formats.
yeah.
Yeah. So it most likely will end up being like an IGTV thing, maybe a Facebook thing too.
But definitely our YouTube channel, because we definitely want to start pushing our YouTube channel.
We want to start pushing our YouTube channel.
You left out the best part about LV2. Who's recording the video and audio for LV2?
Oh, this is produced and edited, right? And recorded.
This is a Vicky production.
This is an entirely Vicky production.
Vicky is recording it, editing it, chopping it up.
Yes,
That's
I'm doing it all by myself.
Vicky.
It is my project without Ode.
Okay. You think you're the Beyonce of the group? All right.
It says the guy who already has his own stuff.
What stuff?
You have your
Make Party Mondays? I've been had that.
You started that when we started the podcast. Okay, that's what I thought. Right.
Technically,
Anyways.
technically, I started all that in what, 08?
No, but technically, your make party Mondays.
Anyways.
Started while we were recording the podcast. Anyways.
Well.
So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you leave the cards out? Oh, you did. Okay.
Those are the cards. I am just putting away these cards.
Okay.
The raunchy ones are... We'll just have... I'll put them upside down, I guess. So that you know they're the raunchy ones.
So...
And thank you so much for joining this very awkward recording of
episode 59
of the Yumi We podcast.
The Yumi We podcast.
And we're going to try not argue after.
We just not. Bye.
That's what you think.
I gotta go jump in the shower because I have been out since this morning.
So...